Hello YouTubers and welcome to another On The Road video. And today we're at the newest beer bar in Aalborg. And we're here with Nikolai. You've seen this guy before, back in, was it 2012 or 13?
Yeah, it must be.
Because Nikolai used to work at John Bull Pub, which is another bar, an English pub here in the city. And well, you decided to start your own place.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit of this idea behind it and how you got into getting your own beer bar?
As you know, I've been interested in microbrews for quite a while and been coming in Copenhagen and seeing the development happening over there. And I tried to do the same at the John Bull, but it's a pub and there's quite a limited possibilities to change too much. And at some point I just thought it's time to do the right thing and opening a beer bar here in Aalborg, because I could see that a lot of customers actually enjoyed those kind of products. It's kind of like a development that comes from the scene in Copenhagen and also in Aalborg, which has the fermentor now. And it's just natural that we come to this conclusion here in Aalborg as well, because we are kind of a big city and we have a lot of people who likes the specialty beers. And I thought it was time to do this thing.
Yeah. So what is your history with craft beer and all? How did you get into it? Because you've been in the kind of industry almost to say for a while, since you were the bar manager at John Bull as well.
Yeah. Well, as most people, it kind of developed over time. I mean, it goes back to when I started drinking Belgian beers with my dad, and for quite a while that was the only thing I kind of was into. And then I started coming in Copenhagen and trying different kinds of stuff, and especially the American stuff. That was actually before Michaela started as well. I was into that stuff. It kind of grew from there. And now it's just, yeah, you know it yourself. I mean, it can't get too weird or too special for my likings. But on the other hand, it's also new here in town. So we got to start at a certain lower level than Copenhagen with the specialty beers. I mean, we gotta introduce it to them and see where it takes us.
Yeah, Aalborg doesn't have the same audience yet because it's a smaller city. But again, as you said, it's one of the biggest cities in the country. So it's cool that we finally get a bar like this.
Yes.
So the whole concept behind the bar, taps, how many taps do you have, stuff like that?
Well, we got 20 regular taps. Actually, we got 21, but the number 21 is only for cream ales. So that's when we find something interesting to put on that one.
Yeah, it's like with the nitro.
Yes.
A nitro sort of beer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 20 taps, and only 3 of them are kind of regulars, and the rest changes whenever the keg is empty. So it changes quite frequently, hopefully more frequently in the future. That means we get more business. Yeah, we started like 2.5 weeks ago, and so far it's been alright. People are very interested in the place and coming in and having a look and trying some beers. So I would say we're off to a good start.
Yeah, so you're mainly going to focus on tap releases, or are you going to get into bottled stuff as well?
We will have a bottle selection as well, but I decided a while ago that it's only going to be the special ones that I can't get on draft. So it's going to be the high-end beers that like barrel-aged, different kinds of stuff. So I'm going to wait a while till I have like a good selection before I introduce that stuff to the public.
Yeah. So you don't only serve beer here, you also have some spirits and some wine and stuff, and you even have cider on the menu. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I kind of, from a time at the John Bull, I noticed that cider is kind of big here in Aalborg. A lot of people like cider. So I definitely want to have a cider on all the time, and just from the start here, it looks like a lot of people appreciate exactly what we have in the cider selection. With the spirits and wines, that's mostly because we are in an area where a lot of cultural things are going on. And from experience, there's a lot of groups coming in where especially the ladies would like a glass of wine instead of a beer. And I think personally, with a good imperial stout, a malt whiskey, that's really nice as a side order. So it's all about having quality products that kind of complements each other, And yeah, I think that part will grow as well over time.
So you also have some very new equipment. Can you tell us about that? You have a pretty impressive beer fridge. So.
Yeah, well, it's the only kind of here in Jutland. I mean, and again, it comes from what I've seen in Copenhagen, especially the Mikkeller bars. So all the beers are in a fridge instead of going to a cooler. And there's a few advantages of that. First of all, you have everything in one place, and you have a better overview over the whole thing. But also it lasts longer. I mean, when the product is cooled down while it's on the tap, you have a better shelf life. So that's definitely an advantage, especially here in the beginning, where yeah, I mean, we have to build on this, and so if you gotta have 20 taps on, you better make sure that the beer stays good.
Fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you going to be doing like special events and stuff here? Because now this is at the moment technically the only specialized craft beer place in the city. We used to have the beer store I worked at, but that was, well, we had sometimes releases of new beers and stuff like that from breweries. Are you going to have anything similar?
Definitely. We're working with different Danish breweries to develop some kind of concept for the future. And the first thing we have is on the 25th of October this month, where Munkebo is releasing their Russian Imperial Porter. And I think that's going to be something we do quite a lot, where we release some new beers, the brewers come and tell about the
I can meet the brewer then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And further into the future, we're going to look into having some tap takeovers as well, where a certain number of the taps are located to one brewery.
Yeah, which is a really cool idea. You see that some of the other places, and just getting that stuff in Aalborg is really cool too. So yeah, guys, that's a little info about Basement Beer Bar. If you're in Lykkegade in Aalborg, or in Aalborg in general, I definitely recommend going down here and having a couple of beers. You can get both small tasters and big glasses. Well, of course, some beers are only the tasting glasses.
Oh, well.
Because they're a little rare and stuff. But definitely recommend checking this place out. Probably the best beer place in the city so far. So thanks a lot for having us, Nikolai.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Chat. And yeah,
Cheers.
come check out the place, guys. Cheers.